Dun, 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 dun. Hello, and welcome to African News on the African Channel. I'm your host, Susie Picklebottom, and today we are talking about the ancient Ghana Empire. We are going into mind-blowing experiments to go back in time. Here are some facts about ancient Ghana. They lasted 300 years. They are located in West Africa, along the Sahara Desert, and now onto Margaret with culture.
Hello, I'm here in Ghana. The culture here is fascinating. They speak Mandi and they're called the Sanki people. The people here have their parts. The lower class men hunt and do the farming while the women make baskets and pots. This village house is one of their houses and it's made of sun-dried mud, wood, and stone. Here comes a Sanki man now to tell us more about their culture. Thank you for joining us today, sir. Do you mind telling us what people wear when they go farming?
I wore the cotton breeches, tunics, and sandals. The traditional women would wrap their heads and drape themselves in cloth.
Do you know about the history of Ghana?
Yes, I do. The word Ghana comes from the word king in Mandi. Before having the name Ghana, we were called Wagadu.
Thanks, sir, for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Margaret. Now I will travel to Ghana to tell you about their economy. Ghana was built on trade in gold and salt. They also sold camel rides, and slaves. Their main merchant city was Kumbaisala, and they did most of their trading there. It became the richest kingdom in West Africa. Ghana actually had no gold, even though that was their biggest trade. Now I will talk to an ancient Ghana woman. Hello, ma'am. I'm from ACN to talk to you about economy.
Hello.
Now, where do you get your gold from?
We get it from the bank book fields and the force boat. We get a lot of our money in trade because people who have to travel through Ghana to get the gold pick.
What do you do for work?
People often smelt iron for money and jobs, and people who work as blacksmiths are thought to have magical powders. Ordinary people often have gold chains and silk clothing because of their job and status. We always hide our goals from outsiders because they have to have a path or someone who knew the path. While trading silently, we called it dumb bartering. The Muslims played a key role in trading by transporting our needs. Trade also helped us connect with Egypt and Maghreb.
Now on to Wheaties Quartar with geography. Thanks, Susie. It is rather hot here in ancient Ghana, which is located in West Africa in the southwest part of the Saharan Desert. Where I am, there are no nearby springs, rain, wood, or moisture, so the trade of goods and the neighboring rivers, the Senegal and the Nile, are essential resources. In some parts, however, there is fertile land good for farming and cattle raising. Speaking of the trade of goods, they produce all of their goods in the same place. So I have to say, Susie, this is a good place to establish a kingdom in terms of geography.
Muslims took over Africa to convert to Islamism. In Ghana, they allowed people to choose their own religion, but most of the Sankis and the kings kept to their original religion, Muslim. They thought everything had a spirit, and they made a supreme God who created the world.
I am now here in the main city part of ancient Ghana near the king's residence. Although it looks like there are many people here, only less than half of the Sonics are city dwellers. They wear very expensive clothing and are disliked by many other people. They are considered high class. Nearly 80% of Sonics live outside of towns in small farming compounds. The Sonic families that live in the farming compounds can be given the right to farm land or farm on other families' land. What about the leaders? Well, a village leader is appointed by one local king. The monarchical government seems to have been the norm in ancient Ghana. There sure is a lot of evidence that supports it. Don't you think so, Susie?
Yes, I do think so, Wheaties.
Anyway, as you can see, I'm standing right in front of where the king lives in Kumbaisala, which is home to 20,000 people. I got special permission for me to interview the king, so I can get the most out of this opportunity to learn so much about Ghana. I am inside the king's castle at this moment, about to talk to the king himself. I marvel at all the slaves and horses he has. I just wonder where the queen is. Hello, your highness. My name is Wheaties Charms. I would like to ask you a few questions about your flourishing kingdom's government. But first, tell me about your job. Who rules?
Well, Wheaties, I am the feared but respected king of Wagadu. I rule over all the land. There are other kings that rule the smaller areas within Wagadu. The kings are the commanders-in-chief.
Where is the queen?
Oh, there is no queen.
Oh. So, would you please tell me more about your great country?
Yes, we are the first of great Sudanese empires to come. We were established by the Sonki group of Mandi speakers. We were the most powerful of all kingdoms in 1066.
What about your protection of your kingdom?
Every able-bodied man is required to go into training for war. The military is highly paid and respected.
Does everyone behave all the time? What happens to those who don't?
There are those who don't behave. I am in charge of the punishments. The way we decide the accused's fate is we give them something very putrid to consume, then we see whether they vomit or not. If they do, they are guilty. If they don't, they are innocent.
Sadly, all good things have to come to an end. Ghana ended because they were conquered by the Amorvads, a Muslim group from North Africa. They had been targeting them since 1070 and took them 6 years to defeat Ghana. Ghana had a downfall because the gold ran out. Mali was created because of the downfall of Ghana. Thank you and have a good night, America. Dun, 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 dun.